Welcome back to do some more calculations on the 9860. As this is Stat Mode Calculations Part 2, I've found a problem for you, and that's to get some idea of the number of phone calls made by the average 15-year-old. As you can see, 50 people have been sampled, and rather than have 50 separate values, the data has been grouped so that we can see 5 people made 0 phone calls, 8 people made 1 phone call, 13 people made 2 phone calls, and so on. If we want the calculator to find the mean, median and mode as before, we'll need to enter the data a little differently. So let's go to the list now in stat mode as we did before and have a look at them. Instead of entering every separate value as we did earlier in list 1 and list 2, and to see the data is still here, team A and team B in those 2 lists, we can enter the number of phone calls in list 3 and how many times they occurred, or their frequency, in list 4. Before we do that, we need to set the calculator correctly. So I want you to go to Calc again, there it is, by hitting the F2 button. And if you do that, we come to this window here. We choose to set it up again here. We will hit F6 so that we can set the calculator to use the group data. So let's do that now. Now we need to change the one variable X list up here to list 3 because we said we're going to put the number of phone calls the 15-year-old students made in list 3. So to do that, we will have to change the list. So we will hit F1. I want you to do that, and let's see what we produce. We get the option now of entering 3 in here. So let's go and do that. So we'll hit 3 and execute. And let's have a look at whether we've been successful. Yep. So now we have list 3 as the source of the one variable data. The X list, the X variable, is listed in list 3. And now what we need to do is to scroll down using this button to the frequency line so that we can adjust that. So let's scroll down so that we've highlighted now the frequency line, and we need to change that from the one that you see here to the values we had in the table of data, which we want to put in list 4. So we need to change this to list 4 now, and the way in which we are going to do that is to again choose list by this time hitting F2. It's moved across. So I want you to do that. And again, we have this option to enter in here a number. So we want to put list 4 in there. So we're going to enter 4 and then hit execute. And we should have the calculator set up as we want. So yes, this says our data is going to be in list 3 and the number of times it occurs in list 4. So if we again hit execute, we'll get this screen now where we can enter the number of phone calls into list 3, and it's highlighted ready for our entry there, and the frequency into list 4 as we did before. So just remember now, these scores will go into list 3 and these frequencies will go into list 4. So you can start entering that data now. You may want to pause the presentation because I'll go on. You may want to pause the presentation to do that data entry. Once you've done that data entry and hit execute at the end, then we'll come to this window, and again we want to do one variable calculations, so we'll hit F1, and if you hit F1 the calculator will produce the calculations you require, and here they are. So again, the mean is X bar, and this time is 2.96, and scrolling down, as this indicates here, we want to scroll down, so using this button we will get the other values we want. Okay, so again, the median and the mode, giving us some idea of what 15-year-olds are doing in terms of phone calls. Now this brings us to the end of the basic statistics calculations for one variable, and so I look forward to showing you some statistical graphs in the next presentation. So I'll see you then.